Good morning, friends. It's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? I am working on this Lemon Journal, Travelers Notebook size, today and this morning, a few minutes before I have to get ready for work. So, you know, I like to fit in time wherever I can, work on my crafting. So I didn't get to craft last night, just got busy with some other things that I absolutely had to do. So now I'm just like, what can I do, you know, to do something? So I just, you know, really wanted to craft last night and work on this journal, but I didn't get to. So this is what I've already got done, which I already showed you. This is the cover, which I already showed you. So what I did this morning, I got about 15 minutes here. So I pulled out, before I got on camera, some papers that I might want to use in here, and I kind of, you know, thought about the color of the cover, and you know, and I don't really always have to match or anything, but you know, it's kind of fun to kind of coordinate things, and these are just random pages I pulled out from my stash. So this is going to be really fun, I think. My first thought was scrapbook paper, but guess what? I didn't pull out any scrapbook paper. I couldn't believe it, because I always go straight for the scrapbook paper. I love scrapbook paper. You know, it's so pretty, and there's so many different patterns and everything. So anyway, what I did was go ahead and just start pulling out other papers, and then I was going to add scrapbook paper, but then I ended up having enough pages with just these, so we'll see how it goes. I can add more later if I want, or take some of these away. But what I have so far, and what I thought I'd just go ahead and start working on it right now, is getting the pages cut down to size and see if how many I can do in about 15 minutes here. So, like, this is some of the music paper where you make your own, put your own notes on here and things like that. So there's a little bit of a sticky where it was in the book. So I have a little book this size of this paper, which is really neat because a lot of times you see it bigger. So what I'm going to do with these, I kind of just do like this when I'm making my pages and see if they fit. And they look like they're going to fit this way. So, and I can cut it later if I think it's going to stick out or anything. But for right now, I'm just going to fold this in half and say that's a page. And then I have two, I pulled out two of those. So I think I have more than enough pages here. I think I actually was counting how many pieces of paper I pulled out, and I pulled out one or two too many, but that'll be all right, you know. I think it'll be fine. And so the next couple I pulled out were these green, of course, green and yellow on the cover. So I have green and yellow solid papers here, and I have, what, two of each color here. So let's see what we can do with these. They would just about fit this way. So I'm going to cut a little bit off because it's a little bit too long here. I'm just going to cut a little sliver off here. I have my paper cutter right here. And just a little sliver so it won't, you know, I've got all 4 pages in here that I just showed you. So I can get it done this morning. That would be awesome to get my pages ready. And then when I come home tonight, I can do some sewing if I want to make some pockets on some of these pages. Okay, so this length is going to be perfect, yes. And then, so let me move these over for a second. I'm going to fold these in half. I think that will be perfect. I'm going to fold these in half. Try to get them all square here so they're not all whopper-jawed. Whopper-jawed. Okay. Those are straight. And as you can see, they're going to stick out. So I'm going to make some little fold-over pages here. Let me get, well, I can do, maybe if I can do all 4 at one time, that'll save me some time, right? So let me see how far I need to fold them over. Something like this. I always go a little bit inside the outer. I don't fold them right to the outer, because by the time you get all your pages in here, if you make, well, any journal really, they are going to be, as you stack them in, you know, they get farther and farther out. So I just go ahead from the beginning and try to leave a little space there on the outside, so by the end I'm not having to redo the width of all my pages. You see, that's good. Let's go ahead and separate them now. So I'll put, what would be pretty to start off with? I'm not saying this is going to be my start now. I'm going to do a, well, I mean, since this is such a pattern here, it might be pretty to start off with a solid color. Let's see. I kind of like the yellow. If that might be, that could be a good first page. And then let's put a music page in here. And of course, this can be arranged any way you want as far as you go along, and you know, add more pages in any time before you sew them in. You can just keep rearranging and rearranging, right? Until you get an arrangement that you like. Let's see, yellow next. And then green. All these fold outs are getting in the way now. Okay, let's get these folded in here. So we've got all of this. And let's kind of close it up and see what it looks like. See, it's all fitting in there nicely so far. And fold down those fold outs so they're not all puffy like that and getting in the way. Okay, so now I pulled out some of these stationaries that I have. Oh, I don't know if I meant to mean to pull out two of these. I don't know. Let me put one aside because that might be one too many, you know. So these these are the same size, these three. And I've been saying this in my videos, but in case you haven't heard it, I'm trying not to cut off too much and make more scraps. So again, this needs a little strip off the side here, or it's going to actually be my top. And so as I'm doing this, you're also seeing my papers that I'm using. I'll show you these again real quick because these are really pretty. Just little strips here that I cut off, so not too much waste. But sometimes you just, you know, you can't have, you might have too many fold outs, right? So let's see how we can do this. Okay, here's the three that I'm using. This is one, this pretty one, and this pretty one, okay? Now these can either be fold outs like we just had, more fold outs to the side, or can they be this way and make a pocket from the bottom? And there's a butterfly on this one, so I think I want this one to be sideways, maybe like this. So let's go ahead and fold this one. You know what we could do also is make it, you can make it like this instead of two fold outs, one on either side, you can make a fold out on one side. So say you're going to do it like this, you bring it in a little bit and fold out, just fold one side. That's what we'll do on this one. And then we'll fold it in half. And I might have to cut off a little bit if that fold out on the one side is too big. Now let's see how it is. I mean, it's really not too big if it's going to be a fold out. If I wanted to make this into a pocket, a side tuck, I'd have to cut it. But any of these could be a side tuck too. I can sew them down later or glue them down, whatever you want to do, and make a side tuck. So I'm going to leave that for now. I can always cut it off later. And I'm going to put that inside here. And you see it goes around, and the butterfly, let's see where that ended up right there. So that's really pretty. So we've got that. They all fit in. And then we've got, I think either one of these would be pretty as pockets. This would be really neat as a pocket because what would happen is we fold this in half as a page like this. and then fold this up on the bottom for a pocket, and just use our little book here as a measurement. So it'd be folded up something like this, and you see how the flowers are folding up. It is white on the back too, so that would add a lot of color to the back. Sometimes what I've done is put another piece of paper on here too, which I might do, or I could leave it white, since there's white here and it's kind of bright and colorful. I'm going to fold it up for right now, and then just to get these pages done, and then later I may add something onto here. We'll see. I just can't do it right now because I don't have time for that right now. But I'm going to get this done right now, and then like this, and then I'll add what I want to add later. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, see where we can put it. I've got a yellow, that stationery we just did, a music. I'm going to leave a green here, and then put this one here. See the pockets, aren't they pretty? That's how it's going to look if I leave it like that. Let's see, something's sticking out here. This one is sticking out, so I'm going to go ahead and, this is the one we just did. I need to cut a little sliver off here, off the side, which is the flowers, but I won't be cutting off too much, so just a tiny sliver because it's sticking out a little bit past the cover, so you won't even know it cut off any flowers. See, such a small sliver. But I think that's all we needed to do. Let's see if it doesn't stick out now. This is how I do it. I do it as I go along. I don't put them all in there and then cut off my whatever's sticking out. I just like the, you know, for me, I can't do it all at one time because I feel like I don't get it. I don't know, it's hard for me to do that. It's like it doesn't come out right. Okay, let's get our little dragonflies in here. And again, this would be another fun pocket. So let's fold this one in half this way, because see how, I'll show you how it looks when it's folded in half, and it's white on the back too, so I might do something with that later. I probably will. We'll see. I could decoupage some napkin in there, or put another layer of paper there. And then fold up for our pockets. And you see how I'm folding up the color over the white and not the other way, because this side needs, you know, this side needs the color. So it works out very well. And I would imagine we'll have to cut another sliver off here like we did the last one, but we'll see. Sorry, let me put this over here and fold right here. And get everything even. So I hope everyone has a great day today. I may be back later with I'm trying to do a luncheon craft today because I haven't done one all week, and I've been itching to get in on my lunch break and do some crafting. Have an hour lunch break, so hopefully I can do some crafting today on my lunch break. And I wanted to, kind of wasn't sure when to or how to do an announcement, but just wanted to mention that Maria at Maria's Miscellany and I are doing a live on Saturday morning. We've been doing it every Saturday morning if we can. So it's every Saturday morning if we can do it, which pretty much we have done except for when one of us is out of town. And then so every Saturday morning at 7:30 to 8:30, just 1 hour. So it's not too long for us, not too long for you all. You can get on with your weekend activities. If you want to tune in, we're going to try to do something fun. We've got some ideas. We're tossing around some fun ideas and something different, hopefully, for us and for everyone. And we're going to do that. And so you could just, you know, craft with us, or you could just grab your coffee or your breakfast or both and, you know, turn our live on and have some fun with us watching and hopefully getting some new ideas for your Saturday and for your crafting. So this is a piece, oh, I didn't tell you, this is like thick paper, and this is a pretty piece of stationery that I had. So I was going to use, Maria was using some stationery in her last couple of journals. I was like, I always, you know, I have all this pretty stationery that I've collected from thrift stores, and I keep, you know, forgetting about it. It's just, I have a bunch. I'll show you. I have pulled out a few pieces here. Here's another pretty piece right here. And this is a matching envelope I'm going to try to put in here. So let's see how we can do this without cutting it off. See, this way would be pretty much too skinny. This way, let me see something here real quick though. Let me see something. So, yeah, this is white on the back too. I might come back and coffee dye this. Or, you know, what I could do is spritz some green spray on here. I think that's what I might do later tonight when I could do some dyeing tonight. So I'll take this out, spritz on the back some green color. And then let's see what else we have that's white. I could do that here. I was going to see, I can see now this is not going to go. I was going to see if this could go here, but it's not going to look right, so that's not going to work. But I'll do something there, like I said. And this one, no, it's not going to look right here either. You can see, no, it's not going to go. So this will be separate. All right, that's what I wanted to know. So I've got it folded in half. Let's, this would be pretty middle, wouldn't it? So if we put it in the middle, like very center of the signature, to open up to that, wouldn't that be pretty? It is too wide though, so I'm going to have to either fold it in or cut it off. If I cut it off, it would be like right here, and I'd be cutting off this scallop, but otherwise I'm going to have to fold it in, and it's just going to be a tiny little fold. So I'm just going to leave it for right now and think about what I want to do with that and take care of that later. But I've got, you see, to take care of that. These are two pieces from a day timer. These I won't feel bad about cutting off. I mean, they're cool, but they're not pretty stationery. But they're just fun little lined pages here. The other way would be too skinny, you know, so it's got to be this way. So, of course, it's too wide. I need to cut a sliver off here. So let me just make sure this is even. And then cut a sliver off. Cut it off just above the word notes here, so that's cool. See right there, it says notes. Okay. Let's see where we might put these. We've got let's put one right here because I see I don't have a short piece in here. So we've got long, short, long, short, long. Let me see. Long, long, short, stationary. Let's put it up here. Short there. And then, let's see. Okay, so these are sales receipts type of thing. They do look old and vintage. That's why I picked them up from a thrift store. And these are going to have to be cut a little. Let me see. I like this number here. I want to try to keep that. So let's cut. If we cut anything, let's cut it off the bottom here. I kind of would like to cut this because I have a lot of fold outs already. Let me put this over here for a second so I can measure. So it's going to be needed to cut off. And these can be scraps used somewhere else too. So, unless I decide not to cut it off, just leave a fold, I might do that. Okay. This is it's a, you know, like a carbon copy type of thing. So there's a white copy and a yellow copy, which I think is really neat. And plus the yellow goes with this. So I think I'm going to leave it for now and not cut off this piece and decide later, tonight maybe, when I come home and have time to do some crafting. Come home from work. So, alright, let's see where we want to put these. Okay, we've got long, short, long. So we're going to have another long type of thing, but let me see. I don't want to put them right next to each other, so I am going to put one. Just put one right here. Doesn't matter which one. The yellow one. Well, we've got yellow there. Let's put this one next to that one. This yellow page. So we have a little bit of a difference there, not everything blending together. And we've got yellow here. Let's put this one right here. And I may decide to put pockets in the middle, so I'm not sure this will be the middle either, but I think it's a really pretty middle. If I do decide for it to be, you know, that it should be the middle. Okay, another pretty piece of stationery that can just be folded in half. It looks like it might be pretty much the right size. Let's see, I should have tested it before I folded it, because I can cut off the bottom here. It is a little bit too wide, so I'm going to have to refold that one, which is fine. You can kind of undo your fold. Cut a strip off the bottom here, just a little bit too wide. And then refold. See if I think that will be good. Yeah, see, that looks a little better. I think that should be good. Yeah, that should be good. Because it has this flower on the top and nothing on the bottom, so just a little piece of pretty stationery. Okay, so we got that all folded evenly. And we will put that in here somewhere. Let's see where we want it. Okay, long, short, long, short, long, short, right here. Okay. Sometimes I think I might turn this around like this. Sometimes I do that, like, which way do I want it, you know? So this one I'm going to turn it turned around. So it's like, or it could be like this. Yeah, I want it like that, I think. Okay. Okay, now these are magazine pages that I have pulled out. I think this is the rest. No, I have some green lined paper under here too. Magazine pages and green lined paper. This is, you know, I dye this paper here. I dye green, blue, and pink usually, and coffee dye, and avocado, and the RIT dye. That's colors I've been doing. Okay, so these are probably going to go, they can go either way. They can go like this. I think I'll go ahead and do them like this. So I've got, like this, they're going to be, let's see, they're going to be probably a little bit too wide. So let me decide what I want to cut off here. This one has pretty flowers on the side. I cut this off, but I have a pretty flower right there. So I think I'm going to cut this side on this one. This side on this one. This side on this one will be good. Cut a little strip off here. I'm rushing a little bit because I've only got 15 minutes and, you know, I'm doing a video. So I don't usually like rush, but I'm on video, and plus I only, like I said, have a limited time this morning. So these are really pretty little magazine pages, especially after you fold them in half like this. I've already got 2 pages with pockets, so I'm not sure about the bottom of this now. Let me see, because then you can decide, do you want to cut off the top or the bottom? Which one do you like better? You know, which one do you want to keep? Like, this one has, this one I think I want to cut off the bottom. This one I want to cut off the bottom, I think. Although there's a little bit of space. Let me do this one separate. A little bit of space here at the top, like white space. So I can cut off this strip at the top and keep everything that's not white space. And then the bottom I can cut off. Nothing really earth-shattering on the bottom that I want to keep. So I'm going to cut off about like this much. And this will probably go into my scrap bin because I can do some collaging with this. This muted colors on this will be pretty in a collage. So that's one that'll go in just a second. This one, I'm just going to cut off the bottom because I like this green here. That goes with the colors of the book. So let's measure our length. And let me just make sure I don't want a pocket here. I've got 2 pockets. Oh yeah, this one's going to definitely be good for cutting off. This one could be a pretty pocket though. Let me decide on that. Yeah, I think I might make a pocket on this one. So let me fold it like that. Because I like this green here too. It's just kind of overall pretty. You know, with all the green on here. See how pretty that is? You know, it'll be pretty in here. Okay, so I'll put it in there in just a second after we get all these 3 magazine pages ready. So that one, I was going to cut off the bottom. Let me measure. I hope you're seeing everything. I'm just kind of going a little quick because I think I'm out of time probably, but if I don't get, you know, stop crafting and go get ready on time, then I'm late to work. Which, whatever, it is what it is. But don't want to be late to work. Okay, this one's a little bit too wide. Let me cut a little strip off here. Nothing, there's a lot of white space over here too. Okay, that should be perfect. All right, let's put these, let's wait to put these in just a second as we finish up our time here. So these are composition book pages, so they're usually the perfect width once you cut them into separate pages for a traveler's notebook. So like I said, these were green dyed, so they went with this color scheme. And I'm going to cut them in half where they were. This is where they were bound in the composition book. Cut them in half. And then just check our length. They're a little bit too long. So I'm just going to, in the interest of saving time, cut them all together. But to do that, I need to make sure they're straight. Otherwise, we're going to have whopper-jawed wonky pages. So let me get them straight here. I also have to do it separate. Okay, I think they are straight. Make sure we're not going over the top there. Measure our bottom cut. Cut this strip off right here. Keep everything straight, hopefully, so we don't have crooked pages. I feel like this one's a little crooked. Okay, I might have to do it separate because I don't want my pages to be crooked. Okay. I'll do it separate. No, I like my, you know, I like everything to be, I'm not saying it has to be perfect, you know, because technically it's a junk journal, but you know, I want it to be nice. So, I mean, you can see if it's not straight, especially on these pages because they have lines. So, you know, I get ready to cut and I see my line going off crooked. So, yeah, there we go. Nice and straight. Okay. So I think we'll have plenty of pockets in here. And I'm still debating as to whether I'm going to put pockets inside the front cover because I like it the way it is. It looks pretty right now. So I'll have to see what I can come up with, you know, for possible pockets in the front and back cover. Maybe I can do two together, and that will be less crooked than if I did all four of those together. Of course, if I stop moving my paper around, that would be good. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now we just can fold these in half and see if they're going to be the right size. Yeah, I think those are going to be perfect. So, let me... These are a little kind of aged from the dyeing process, which I think is neat. Of course, I mean, I love the sound of crinkly paper. Hope y'all do too. I think most of us do, but I know there's some people maybe it bothers them. So, I'm not trying to crinkle, I'm just trying to fold. Okay. All right, now let's put these last bunch in, and then we're going to be done for this morning, and then I'll be back to do more later. So we've got long. These are all long that we're inserting now. So let me see what would be good here. I think a magazine page would be good right here, you know, for some interesting color. There's something different in between these kind of plainish pages. Then we've got stationery, the music paper, the stationery. Let's put something in here, a lined green page. I like to leave lots of room for writing, you know. That's why I have the lined and the solids in here. And then, of course, there's all the little pieces of stationery, so there's like tons of writing room in here. Magazine page would be pretty right here. And we have the one with the pocket, so we've got to put that in and not right next to another pocket. So that's the magazine page. And then, let's see, that looks pretty next to each other. Let's put a magazine page in here. This is the one with the pockets. Well, that's pocket there, so I don't want another pocket right there. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it kind of does matter. Okay, so I've got a tuck there, but that's not the same as a pocket, so we'll put another pocket right there. And then let's put a green lined page right here. So those look pretty next to each other, green line and solid green. And then we're at the middle, so we've got one more page to put in here somewhere. Let's go back and put, yeah, this is our last page, a green lined paper. So let's put a green lined paper in. Need some green right in here. Let's see, let's put it right here. Oh, I've got two green. Okay. Got a green. Okay, so we've got yellow, magazine, green lined. I almost could put another green line there. Green. Let's put a green line right here. I like to spread them kind of evenly throughout. Okay, now except for this little piece that's sticking out, you can pretty much see what it's going to look like with just the pages. It does change a lot after you get them sewn in and, you know, all your pockets sewn down and maybe some trims on here, and you know, all your little pieces of ephemera and goodies in here. But you can see how it's going to start to shape up. I think I like it. So it looks like this so far. Pretty neat in our cover. And so you can see what I'm talking about, how I don't want to cover any of this up. So pretty, right? So then we've got our start, the yellow fold out, the magazine page, green lined, our day timer, pretty stationery with a fold out, music paper, that is stationery with a pocket, green lined stationery, the sales receipt, the magazine, there you go, green solid, stationery with a pocket, music, green lined, pretty stationery. Wow, I'm loving it. Sales receipt, yellow, and you can see the rest. I really can't wait to figure out what I want to do with this because it's sticking out. It's like an eyesore. Got up, you know, you're not supposed to be there. Okay, so I've got, everything looks pretty good. I have a little bit of a sliver to cut off this page right here, sticking out with the pockets. So, let me go ahead and cut that off. Okay. There we go. So you see how I put that up. I mean, this is nothing, but I just put this up to mark my place, just in case you're new at doing this and wondered what I was doing there. So see, it doesn't stick out anymore. I'm really anxious to cut this off. I hate to cut off those scallops, but I really want to see what it looks like inside. I'm just going to do it. Don't look. You don't want to see me cut off the scallops. Because I don't want to fold those in. They're just too small to fold in. So, see, it's still pretty. Okay, so, isn't that nice? It does look good in the middle. I love it. I love it in the middle. Isn't that neat? I think, like once you fold these in half, I think I had like 21 or 22 pieces of paper. So it'd be like 41 pages, and then if you count fronts and backs, that's 80 or so pages, you know, 80 to 82 or 84 pages if you count fronts and backs. So there we go. They're all tucked in nicely on the side. You see it's starting to shape up. Yay! Okay, I gotta go. I will see y'all after work tonight, and I'm gonna have do a little giveaway from Maria's Happy Mail. She said I could share it and pay it forward. So I got to get that together and figure out what I'm going to share. So I'll come back with that video too, maybe tonight, hopefully, if I can get it together. So everybody have a great day, and I might see you at lunch too. Happy crafting.